I got a really fun image of you in that mirror.
I've just got your mouth and like chin. Let me start again. See, Phoebe, throw me off a groove.
Sorry.
Like, not that saying that I hate my family and I want to get away.
I've forgotten again.
Phoebe!
I had an answer.
Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Like I said in my personal Q&A, I was going to be having my sister on my channel, which is very exciting. We have filmed some videos back in like 2015. They were like vacation videos and they're now all private, so I thought it was only about time to get her back on the channel because we're going to be talking about whether university is right for you, how to figure it out, kind of the steps we took and our thought process behind it, because I went to university and Phoebe didn't, but I'll let her talk about that and give you like a little bit of background. So maybe if you just want to touch on like your A-levels, your kind of like mindset at the time, okay, and then where you're at now.
So I went to sixth form, and then after sixth form I knew I didn't want to go to uni. I strongly disliked school, and the idea that I would have to do it for another 3 years and pay for it was like a nightmare. So it wasn't for me, and I was going to go into an apprenticeship, but the kind of thing that I wanted to do, that the apprenticeships weren't that good, but I was really lucky and started as an intern for a job. And
was that paid or unpaid?
It was paid. And then I stayed on after that project was complete.
And how long have you been there?
Nearly 2 years now.
And what's your role? Like,
my title is like junior marketing executive.
Okay.
But mainly I look after like I do social media advertising, but also just other marketing, so sort of email, website content, loads of bits and bobs.
And what were your A-level results?
Oh god, I got an A in business. I remember that because I was surprised about that. A B in media, and then a C in history. Cool.
So now I'll give my background so you can kind of see how they contrast or differentiate or are similar in some aspects. So in terms of my A-levels, I did media, got a B. Snap. Oh. I did business and got a B. I had to get that remarked. It was originally a C, so she beat me on that one.
Oh yeah.
And I got an A in English literature. I think it's fair to say at uni, school, I guess, not uni, I was more academically focused than Phoebe. We were both like getting like similar grades and stuff, but I was quite happy to research and read and write an essay and all of that kind of nerdy stuff, I guess. So I decided to go to university. It was definitely something that I thought my sixth form expected of me, and something I thought like my parents would expect from me. It was like something we always talked about from a very young age, so I just thought that was the right step for me. So I went to University of Greenwich, did events management, stayed there for 4 years, finally graduated, and am currently unemployed just because obviously the virus is going around and everything, so I've been furloughed from my part-time job. But in terms of like a graduate career right now, that isn't happening. I had a few interviews before the virus and was very nearly successful, but that's been postponed for now. So that's currently where we're both at. So I have got some questions here which I just thought would help highlight kind of our mindset, what we thought was like a good idea, what our regrets are about our decision and everything like that. And I've kind of tweaked the questions so that they're suitable for us both to ask, even though we're in completely different scenarios. So first question, was it easy for you to find a job?
I would say I was very lucky in my situation.
Wasn't it someone mum knew?
So
see, it's not what you know,
it's who you know. So my mum worked with this lady, and her husband actually works at the company where I work now, and I think they were just speaking one time, and my mum mentioned how I was kind of struggling to find like an apprenticeship, and her friend mentioned like, oh, my husband works at this company, it's really cool, like she should check it out. I sent my CV and like covering letter to him to check out. He wasn't in the department, he wasn't in marketing, and he passed it on to the marketing manager, and then I spoke to the marketing manager and she proposed the project, and I was like, yeah, that sounds brill.
Were they nervous about the fact that you didn't have an apprenticeship or a degree or anything, or were they quite open to it?
No, they were fine. It's like a very open mind company. I think the idea that I was coming in as an intern, they were just like, we'll just see how it goes. It was very experimental with my project, but I think they really liked me, as well as in media at sixth form. My main coursework was based on how social media is impacting advertising. I think they like it fit in so well. So
yeah,
that
you can definitely tailor your A-levels to kind of fit in with your careers if you know what you want to do at that point, which some people obviously don't. Yeah, that's fair enough. In terms of my search, it went pretty smoothly, obviously, to start with. I started looking for jobs at the start of March, I think, so I wasn't looking for very long, but I did all my job searching online, and I would apply to like 15 every like 2 or 3 days. I was thinking like I have a better chance if I apply to the masses, you know,
the volume.
And obviously being in London, I live in London, Phoebe lives in Bournemouth. Being in London, there were many jobs for events management. There are so many events companies or just larger companies that have events teams in them. So I was quite lucky in the sense that there were so many to apply for, but the majority of them did require a degree. Goodness me, require a degree, because I think it was just, they were larger companies, I guess. Your company's a large company, but it's, I don't know, it's not like corporate London, it's like it's more creative.
Yeah, it's, I don't know how to explain it. It's very like, it's quite new, and like a lot of the people I work with are quite young.
True.
And they're like, they really believe in like, it doesn't really matter your background, it's just how much effort you're willing to put in.
Yeah. I think London thinks about it more like what's on the paper, just because like London culture, I think that's what it's about, like being in a business suit, getting to job 9 to 5, and just like, I don't know, ticking all the boxes, I guess. And one of those boxes was a degree. I'm not sure if I hadn't have had one that I would have had as many responses, thank you, to all of my job applications. So something to consider, but I think, I don't know, we were both on track obviously for what we wanted to do. Do you feel like you missed out on not going to uni?
Interesting. To a degree, yes, because the vast majority of my friends went to uni, and it does make me feel a bit different compared to them, obviously, because they're surrounded by like people their age doing subjects, and their lifestyle is completely different to mine. So different, like sleep schedule, like drinking every weekend, well, like going out all the time, whereas I am 9 to 5 surrounded by adults, which makes me feel like more of an adult, to be honest. Like I forget my age. But yeah, I don't know, like the only thing that I think I would miss out on is the social aspect, but
yeah,
I'm fine with that.
In terms of me, like, do I feel like I missed out having gone to uni, like rather than going straight into a career? I think I missed out on the money. I think that's the main thing, obviously, because I am leaving uni with a hell of a lot of debt, whereas Phoebe's like raking in the dollar, you know? So it's a little bit different, because obviously I could have had 4 years of income by now, which I haven't had because I've been a student. But I think university has taught me so much more, in the sense like I've been living in London for 4 years, I've had the experience of going to university, the nightlife like Phoebe spoke about, and like meeting all those new people and studying for that long in an industry that I'm really interested in. So yeah, there are obviously pros and cons to both, but I just thought it was interesting to see both sides. Do you regret not going to university?
No, it wasn't for me. Like I think you said it, you mentioned it before, like we went to the same sixth form, and they really pushed going to university.
Yeah, because obviously it looks good for the sixth form if their students go on to university.
Yeah.
It's one of the quotas, I guess.
Yeah, and like at that point I knew I didn't want to do it. The only thing that makes me a bit like, should I have gone, is when like I'm surrounded by all my friends who have gone to uni, and like uni is their life, so it's all they talk about, and I'm just like
nodding along. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, but no, I don't regret it.
Yeah,
I think I would have hated it. Not hated it, but no,
yeah,
I'm happy.
It just wasn't your cup of tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. I think for me, definitely going back to 3rd year of university, I regretted it because I'd done a placement. So I was like, I can do this job, I do not need this degree, kind of thing. I'm spending all this money, blah, blah, blah. And it's a big move, and it is like an investment in yourself, I guess. Like you do miss out on a lot, because like I was missing out on so many like family occasions and things with my old school friends and stuff, because I was like over 100 miles away at university. But I think in hindsight, like looking back over the 4 years, they were like some of the best years of my life, and there's no way I would be living in London with like the career opportunities I have, with the people that I know, if I hadn't have gone to uni. Like, I think that step would have been huge, whereas university made the transition a little bit easier because you were kind of eased into like London life and everything like that. Next question, what was the best thing to come out of your decision?
So the money is definitely nice. I did, like, money wasn't the main thing, the main deciding factor when I was thinking about going to uni or not. But it's nice not to have that debt and to be able to have some savings, as well as, like, I feel like with uni, you go through uni, have a great time, and then at the end there's like a lot of questions and there's kind of quite a lot of pressure on you to decide where you're going or what you're doing. But I feel really comfortable in my job role and my work, and I feel like I'm doing really well for my age, which is quite nice.
Yeah, no, true. Cool.
Agreed?
Yeah, I think you're doing well. Yeah.
Like,
in terms of, I think I've already touched on mine, but the best thing to come out of my decision, I think, was just being able to move. Like, not that saying that I hate my family and I want to get away, but moving to a big city from a small seaside town is very intimidating, is very expensive and hard to orchestrate, especially if you don't know anyone in London. Like, who are you going to move in with, where are you going to live? Whereas when you go to uni, that's kind of taken out of the equation because the uni has everything set up for you. And I think if I hadn't gone to uni, I think I would still be here. I think that'd be the biggest thing that I had missed out on, because obviously London's like my home. Like, it's such a big part of my life. I've lived there for 4 years, so I think that's the biggest thing for me to come out of my decision. Last one, I think it's a big one.
oh goodness.
I know your answer though, so
Oh, okay.
if you could go back and choose differently, would you?
No. I don't know if I would go into the same job role.
Oh, interesting.
I do really like my job, but a massive benefit of my job is it's not just social media marketing. Like, there's so many other bits that I get involved in which I love, but because I've got the opportunity to do those different things, it does make me question whether I'd like to do them more than social media marketing. But obviously, like, I'm young, I've got time to decide.
Yeah, I think I would have definitely still gone to university, but I feel like I might have chosen a different degree. Just because
What would you have chosen?
I think something along the lines of marketing or
Business.
business, because events management as a degree is very specific. For me, it's great because it like transfers to like PA or office manager or all of those kind of like admin roles, which I could do, like, I'm interested in. I'd be quite happy doing that. But I think doing the events management degree, like going to a lesson and learning like what a meeting is like, a lot of it felt like common sense. Which, when you're paying for £60 per lecture, it's like, why am I know this, I can Google this.
Did you?
Oh, I'm getting a call. Hold that thought. Okay.
Right.
I'm just filming a video with Phoebe.
Jim, I've just gotten to... Oh. I thought why you were so blunt.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I feel like I would have chosen... What are you doing?
I'm replying to Snapchat.
I think I maybe would have chosen a degree that was more set on the business side of it, just so that if I did... if I wanted to venture into marketing and I've studied events management, I did specialise in marketing for like a term, but that's going to be a lot harder of a transition. Whereas if I had studied marketing and then decided I wanted to go into events management, that's super easy to switch around. And I feel like a marketing degree would have more value than an events management degree, perhaps. Because if I did a marketing degree with the experience that I had got alongside it, it would have equated to the same, and I would still be able to apply to those roles having had a degree, because they don't say events management degree, they just say degree, which I would have had. So yeah,
So it doesn't matter what you got, they just want a degree.
they just want a degree. I could have a degree in like history.
History's a good one though.
It's just because they want the skill set of a university student.
I'm skilled.
Okay, that's it, we're done. Any final thoughts, additions?
Something that I am conscious about, but you didn't include in your questions, is sometimes I think, am I in a worse position because I didn't go to uni? Like, if I was going for a job and I was up against someone with a degree, I used to think
you were going to be at a disadvantage.
Yeah, like, and I was quite insecure about that. But I think now, especially with people I've talked to, obviously a degree is great, sure, but it's also experience. Like, experience is so important. So it's quite handy, like, say, going up against someone with been at uni. I'll probably have 4 years experience by that time. And also I've done like online courses and different bits and bobs so that I have some certificates.
Yeah, there are definitely a lot of different routes you can go about it. Like, I did a degree, but I also took a year out to do a year in internship so that I could have a year's experience and a degree.
Damn, you trumped me.
Yes. So I'd feel freaking bulletproof going into an interview. But yeah, so there's loads of different ways you can go about it, whether you choose a degree and you're thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have no experience, or whether you're choosing work experience and thinking I'm going to have no qualifications. There's definitely ways you can incorporate both, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Happy? Happy. Well, hopefully you have enjoyed this video, this topic. If there are any other questions that you had that we didn't answer, please leave them in the comments below and I'll either answer them or I'll nag Phoebe to go on and answer them. But hopefully you have liked this video, and if you have, please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. I'm currently posting 3 videos a week, so if you're bored sat at home looking for some more content to watch, hit that subscribe button, and hopefully I'll see you very soon. Bye. Yay! We did it!